Hey, what's up guys? I go by the name Soji Gray and welcome back to the channel. So I previously made a video on the Tecno Camon 15, and in that video I promised that I'm going to make a video for the Tecno Camon 15 Premier. So in this video I'll be focusing on the Tecno Camon 15 Premier, and based on the specifications and the prices going forward, we're going to decide whether it is truly worth it. So right off the bat, this device is selling for 1,250 Ghana cedis. In Naira, that would be around 84,000 Naira. So let's just put the price in our minds and let's move on to the specifications to see whether it's actually truly worth it. So this device was released in April 2020, so it's a pretty recent device, and it has glass at the front and plastic at the back. At the front we have a Gorilla Glass 3 front panel, but at the back we have a polycarbonate glass stick back, so it looks like glass but it is actually plastic, and that is what I actually prefer. So fun fact, I have been using the Pixel 3 XL for a while now, and I think the fourth day of getting this device I actually hit it on the floor and I cracked the back, and it really hurts me a lot, and now I just have to live with this. And I mean that's one of the reasons why I don't like glass backs, even though it's beautiful and you probably have access to wireless charging. I don't think it's worth it. I feel choosing durability over beauty is better, and that is my opinion. So I just like that this device has a plastic back. Plus, they couldn't afford a glass bag because it would really raise costs, and the smartphone would also sell for a higher price. And since this is a mid-ranger, it wouldn't be worth it. Now, this device has a 6.6-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD display, so it's a 1080 by 2340 pixel display, and it has a pixel density of 390, which is also good. So moving on to the software, we have iOS 6.0 running on top of Android 10. And honestly, I'm happy this device is running the latest and greatest Android version. But let me just tell you this, don't expect Tecno to upgrade the Android version anytime soon. In my time using the Tecno Camon, Tecno Phantom 9, there was no update, even though I really needed it. But that's one downside when it comes to Android manufacturers. Unless you're on the Pixel, the Essential, or maybe some flagship Samsung devices, don't expect to have access to frequent software updates. Let's move on to the chipset. So we have a MediaTek MT6765VW Helio P35 CPU. Now this is slightly better than the Camon 15, which had an MT6762 Helio P22 CPU. So this CPU is an octa-core CPU, so you have 4 cores clocked at 2.35 GHz and another 4 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz. And it has a PowerVR GE8320 GPU as well. So the Tecno Camon 15 Premier has a micro SD slot, which is an amazing thing, so that anytime you exhaust the internal storage, you can actually upgrade using an SD card. Internally though, you get 128 gigs of storage and 6 gigs of RAM, which is an amazing thing. And I mean, 128 gigs of storage, I doubt you'd ever fill it up. And at the same time, it's good that this has 6 gigs of RAM, so you can run multiple apps, play a number of games, but not have a lot of stutter in the gameplay or when you're running Android applications, which is a good thing. Now let's move on to the cameras. Okay, this smartphone has a quad camera setup. So we have a main camera of 64 megapixel at f1.9, and this is a wide lens. Then we have a 5 megapixel f2.2 lens, which is an ultra wide lens. Then we have a 2 megapixel depth sensing lens, and then we have a QVGA lens, which I don't know what it does. I mean, if you do know what the QVGA lens does on the Tecno Camon 15 Premier, let me know down in the comment section down below. We all learn all the time, so it would be nice to learn something new. So the back cameras shoot 1080p video at 30 frames per second. I wish it was 60 frames to be honest, but we have 30 frames and it is what it is. Moving on to the front camera, which is, in my opinion, the selling point of the Tecno Camon 15 Premier. This is a motorized pop-up camera, so it means that if you're not using it, it's going to sit in the phone. But if you want to use it and you command or you click the camera icon, it's going to pop up at the front, which is an amazing thing. And so we have a 32 megapixel motorized pop-up camera, and it shoots 1080p at 30 frames per second as well, just like the back. I love this camera implementation. It kind of adds that premium feel to the smartphone. And also, to be honest, I really love that this has an almost bezel-less display. I mean, bezel-less in quotes, because it has some thick bezels at the bottom and at the top, and a little at the sides, but I mean, it looks very symmetric as compared to other phones that have the cameras on the screen. So I like this implementation, and it really makes it feel like a premium device. Moving on, we thankfully have a 3.5mm jack. This device also has Bluetooth 5.0, and thinking that this is going to have USB Type-C because the Tecno Camon 15 had a micro USB. Nada. This also has micro USB 2.0, and I'm a little bit disappointed. For a smartphone that is selling for 1,250 Ghana cedi, I feel Tecno could have done better. At that price point, you have devices from Samsung and Huawei that have Type-C, so I wouldn't understand the motive behind Tecno putting USB 2.0 in this gorgeous device. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not to cut price, because there are other smartphone manufacturers doing the same thing but with Type-C, and generally Type-C is better, faster than micro USB. So it's such a bummer, and I don't like that. Moving on, this device has a rear mounted fingerprint sensor, and it has a battery capacity of 4,000 milliamp hour, which is not bad. Now, it comes in two colors. We have the opal white and we have the ice jadeite. I hope I'm saying it right. So is it really worth the price? I would say I don't really think so, considering what the others are offering you. I don't really think this is truly worth it. I love the fact that it has 128 gigs of internal storage and 6 gigs of RAM, and it has the pop-up camera. It's amazing. It's a good feature. It's a nice feature when you are consuming content on the display. No obstruction. You can play games with no obstruction and all that. But also, the thing about the pop-up camera is that once your phone falls very frequently, you are prone to have issues with the pop-up camera. And the fact that this has micro USB 2.0 is a bummer for me. So honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't think this device is truly worth it. I feel there are other better options like the Nova 5T and the Nova 5T and the Samsung Galaxy A30. Yeah, so Tecno, I mean, you guys should do something about it, because the competition, they're really upping their game, so better up your game as well. So that is my first impression and opinion on the Tecno Camon 15 Premier. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon by it, so that anytime a new video is released, you'll be updated instantly. I go by the name Soji Gray, and I'll catch you in another one. Peace out.